when somebody says, I'll see you tomorrow. Thanks for the warning.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. I liked it when I heard it, and so now I use it all the time. That was from the same old man when I worked in a sheet metal shop, and he told me a joke about are we streaming?
We are streaming.
Well, maybe I should. It's probably not appropriate nowadays.
Yes, that's that's.
I'll save it for later.
All right, what's up, reverse? All right, microphone check.
Chickadee check.
Check.
I just want to talk about Batman. That's what I want to talk about.
No, because I haven't seen it.
We were supposed to take your mom with us, but she bailed out at the last minute.
Yeah, that was the whole thing. We were going to take mom on a date. Why'd she bail?
I think she was tired. She just didn't feel like getting to my house by 9:30 in the morning, I guess. Which, yeah, don't. I wouldn't want to do it either.
Which one did you go to? Cinemark, Rialto?
No, dude. You know what? Ontario Mills. It's like Regal Theater now. It used to be Edwards. There's like nobody in there, and they have like what's called the X screen or whatever. So it's like it's one of the bigger theaters, and then they illuminate or they project on the side of the theater as well. It only in certain scenes or for like impact. It's pretty cool. We went in there. There was 10 other people in there at a 10 o'clock showing, you know.
And the other mills, the AMC mills, is like an AMC dine-in now. I think you can you can get the good seats, and
They're all dine-in now.
Are they?
Yeah, every theater's like, you can order food.
I think the last two times Tammy and I went, I don't remember where it was like the full on. Oh, it was Brea, and it was like you reserve your seat. We picked the row that's like the walked row, so there's nobody in front of you. It was pretty awesome. Let's see. Let me rearrange a couple things here.
Adam saw it. And that is the best Batmobile. Okay. Dude, when he starts the Batmobile, it's like,
you guys.
You better run.
I missed that part.
You missed what? Yeah. Just the sound of it even was like, what is that?
Should I leave so you guys can have a conversation about it?
Just go ahead. We'll just talk about Batman.
I don't want to hear about it because I haven't seen it yet.
Whose problem is that? What else should I not talk about? Baseball is starting up. You don't give a shit about that.
We're gonna go see some games this year.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Let's see. Okay.
Yeah, I missed the beginning of the car chase.
Oh, dude.
Are you a show?
Look,
hold on. 3, 2, 1. Jose, are you someone that shows up to the movie late?
No, I had to take my kid to the bathroom.
Yeah, no, this was in a 3-hour movie. This was
this is like an hour and a half,
maybe midpoint. Yeah. So I understand that, but there's like a couple. So we're talking about the Batman, and there are 2 specific scenes that I think set the movie or set the tone. And the first 10 minutes are dope, like dope. And when those thugs are about to rough up that guy, right? And then you hear the boots walking down the dark tunnel, and it's honestly like 4 to 6 steps too long. Like, okay, step out of the shadows, Batman. But no, that anticipation, like, oh, he's gonna, and this is before you see him, and you're like, oh shit, and then he shows up, and awesomeness happens. And then the other scene that's similar is when you first see the Batmobile, and it's down the alley, like adjacent to the warehouse or whatever, and it just lights up, and you just hear this vehicle like scream. It doesn't sound. It's like, what? That is not a blower. I don't know what that is.
It's a turbine.
It's just, it doesn't even, I don't know. It whines like, and he revs it, and he kind of, he like vroom, like jumps the vehicle like he's about to come after you. And it was like, oh, dude, you're done. Run. Penguin. You're almost rooting for Penguin to get out of there, dude. You better get out of there. Anyhow, so I can't, you know what? I can't recommend it enough. I think that movie was really great. And Monty was, who's a Twilight, she watched Twilight. Yeah. So we kind of flipped on it. I'm like, I don't know about Robert Pattinson as Batman. Come on. This emo Batman. When he's Batman, he's the shit. It's dope. And Monty was like, I don't know, he was kind of a little too much emo. I'm like, no, bring me that emo Batman. I'm all about emo Batman.
I'll say this movie portrays, if Batman was a real guy, I think this one got it as close
because
to reality as
possible. His suit, his vehicles, like the garage, all that stuff is like kind of pretty realistic. And that's how they present it too, was he was only on the job as Batman for 2 years. They set that point.
Yeah.
And they show like he built the Batmobile himself.
Yeah.
That shit's out of a 1969 Charger, dude. And he set up the suspension because they show like cams and cranks and whatever. Like they make
they show cranks in Batman.
They do. You know how much I love cranks.
Shafts.
Crank shafts for motors. But they make that impression that, oh no, this guy, he's into American Muscle because he's wheeling around an old vet too later on in the movie. Like they do a lot of it's a 3-hour movie. That's the only negative part.
I got to go see it again because I missed that fucking part.
Yeah, it was like goosebumps good. Like oh. Even thinking about it was like, damn.
All right, did you get it out of your system? Can we not talk about Batman for the rest of the night?
One more thing.
It was it was like an investigation.
It was like
genre. Yeah,
noir,
it wasn't just
noir.
Exactly. It wasn't just I'm a superhero and I mess people up.
Batman, DC Detective Comics. I mean, that's where the whole thing started. Was
world's greatest detective.
Yeah. But I was telling Letty, I'm like, how could one guy know so much? Like, dude, that guy knows how to rebuild engines. He knows how to fight. He knows about computers and shit.
Some people are a lot smarter than you and I.
For sure. So a lot of the majority, I would say. But I'm just saying, like, dude, you only got 24 hours in a day. Like, you can only learn so much. But she's like, yeah, but you don't have a job still.
Yeah, he's rich.
Yeah, but he's young. I mean, he's like in his mid-20s in this movie.
There's also references where he's committed to bettering himself, like his fight, just everything. So it's like, obviously he's super motivated.
At least with Iron Man, they're like, yeah, he's a kid prodigy genius. Like, he was building motors at like 4.
Okay, you brought up a great point right there. I've always compared Batman and Iron Man because you're like two rich guys. Well, dude, be Iron Man. If you, like, whatever, build a suit, fly around, blast stuff. But this brought Batman back to, like...
I'm telling you, it's, like, close to reality. Like,
yeah, it's just... It was more like, oh, okay. Exactly. You can't build a flying suit. But, dude, his suit, the bat suit, was like... It was almost like I don't want to say like a dirt bike outfit or whatever. But it was like just regular armor. Like, if Matt build the best... suit of armor you can for...
He would look like fucking Tin Man from Wizard of Oz because it'd be all out of sheet metal with hinges.
It's just a box. It's just a metal box.
Oil!
It's a 1/4-inch steel box.
But when they showed like
the legs, he'd be Osimo 2000 like from South Park when Cartman made himself a robot out of the box. And he had dryer vents as arms.
That was a good episode.
That was a great episode, Osimo 2000.
But he had like his stuff, like the stuff that he bolted on. It looked like it was just bolted on shit on his arms and whatever. It was really cool.
All right. I did not get the chance to go see Batman yet.
Dumb.
Very dumb. But I forgot about it. I did. I forgot that it was a thing. We talked about taking my mom, and then I just never followed up. So hopefully everybody else got to see it. I will try to see it sometime soon. I can't see it Saturday.
Why is that?
Because we have, if you are a patron, you should have the message from the patron app that talks about our trip. We're going on a patron-only trip this weekend. We've gotten, let's see, how many confirmations so far? 1, 2 confirmations on the patron app, and then a couple other via text. So we're gonna have a good chunk of people there. So we will disclose the location over either patron or text, and it's gonna be a mellow just camp trip. It's like there's a bunch of stuff to do where we're going. We're not gonna plan like a full day trail run. It's gonna be like, okay, we're all gonna meet around this area, and then if we want to go tool around and explore the area for those that have never been there, we can do that, and then come back, make some dinner on the tailgate, spend the night, and then come home.
Yep.
So that's the plan. If you are an active patron and you have not seen that, you should be able to see it on the Patreon app, or shoot me a message via email or text or Instagram or something, and I'll give you the details. But just a hangout, basically, just to go chill and hang out and catch up, right? I mean, I'm looking forward to it.
I am, dude. I need this trip.
I'm
both of you been pretty stressed out, burnt out, a lot of work.
Just a lot of long days. A lot of long days. I have it's I don't know if it's common knowledge, but in management, when you're starting the two hardest times, starting and finishing a project, I'm starting 2, finishing 3. So I'm not in that middle ground of that kind of
you're not riding
momentum,
right
yeah.
And it's just a lot of time and a lot of putting out fires at the same time. So yeah, man.
Well, Saturday you can set stuff on fire. I mean.
Let's do it. So if you're a Patreon member and you bring something for me to set on fire, if you could, I would love, yes.
Is that part of the perk? That you get to burn something?
Yes. You get to watch me burn things.
Shai wants to know if this is the Movie Phone podcast. Do you guys, did you ever use Movie Phone? Jose, was that a thing?
Wait, where you have to call
you would call.
And it give you the time.
And you'd enter like a zip code. Thank you for calling Movie Phone.
Yeah, I was young enough for that.
Old enough for that?
Old enough for that. Whatever.
Yeah, you would call and I think you'd enter a zip code and it would say for AMC Ontario, press 1.
Yeah, you'd call the chain, but then you'd have to say what, enter a zip code for.
Yeah,
enter 3 now.
Yeah, and then it would be for Batman, press 1. And then it's playing at this time, man, the Movie Phone. We should... How could we
incorporate that same technology?
Yes.
Today?
How do we monetize Movie Phone for today? Who would use their phone to call something and get information?
If you want a losing money business, start that up.
Yeah, we all have phones. Nobody wants to use them for talking to people.
Yeah. But and I still can't. And mine for some reason doesn't want to do anything.
Yours does too much. It sends too many messages.
Yeah, I've got something.
Oh, dude,
I know.
Come on,
I'm switching off of this carrier
So I blocked that 3-way text chain, and it's like, so I don't even get them. I just look down, 15 texts. What the hell? And it's all you.
Well, what happens is right now it says not sent. Try again. I'll send a message, and for some reason it just sits, and it's like. It'll try to send and try to send and try to send. And then when you guys reply, it says, press here to download, and it won't show up. And I had this issue 2 months ago.
Do me a favor. Just get an iPhone already.
It's
How
not
about that?
exactly.
It's not the iPhone.
Stop being.
It's the
yes,
service.
it is.
No,
Yes,
no,
it is. Because
it is.
iPhone won't let you be stupid like that.
It's not the service.
It's
was
your
the service.
commie phone that you're
Oh,
using.
it is. It's probably yes.
Just do us all. Do me a kindness. Just get an iPhone already.
Yeah.
Casey's at Baker's
'Cause
drive-through
his-
someplace.
Because his
Adam.
commie phone gets money for every text it sends out, so it sends
Yes.
10 to each of us.
I get a fraction
Yeah,
of a penny
exactly.
every time you guys read one of my texts.
Probably not you, but you're wherever Lithuanian phone service or whatever it is.
Yeah, so I need to try to resolve that this week.
Yeah, it's called Apple.
it's no
Yeah. AT&T,
Simple.
AT&T,
Can't do- no,
Verizon,
T-Mobile.
I'm
I'm just going to jump on Tammy's T-Mobile plan.
Jeez.
I
I have never
don't
gotten
know
any
that.
text from her, so I couldn't. I don't want to qualify
That's good to know.
whether it's good.
That's good to know.
Yeah.
I'm sure that you have actually, and you probably just didn't.
Yeah,
Because I would not doubt.
actually-
I 100% guarantee you have because Tammy sent out.
Who's this?
Tammy sent out messages to the family. All right, everybody, this Saturday, and he doesn't reply.
Oh no! Why would Monty? That's where I use Monty as my like
Handler.
chaperone, or she's my handler. Like, she already responded, so there's no need for me to contribute.
Well, good. So yeah, I know my phone is effed up right now. I'm trying to fix it.
All right.
We'll get you on the Apple.
You know
dude,
what,
don't
Mark?
worry.
You know what, Mark? You stay away from Apple with your stupid
Yeah.
Ford truck. You go to T-Mobile or Boost or whatever it is you're using.
Hey,
Ting,
so- hey, Matt,
Ting.
how's-
Ting, yeah. So
Matt,
here's the.
Are you
how's
on
that
Ting,
Explorer?
Mark?
How's that Explorer?
Yeah, how's that
Matt?
Explorer, man? Good call.
I
for
have
you,
I have
man.
an Apple phone with AT&T service, sir.
So I've always had a work phone and a personal phone.
And the Explorer's doing fine. I drove it the other day. It's actually still very nice.
I've always had the work phone and the personal phone. And the reason Ting was great is because you only pay for what you use. And I would not use my personal phone very much. So my bill was $40 a month.
Yeah, but you can get an unlimited plan for $45 a month.
But not for as long as I've had this. It used to be the unlimited plans were $120.
Things change, Cody,
Agreed.
for the better.
Agreed. So now that I'm using this,
I'm gonna
for
get
my
you one of
single
those.
phone,
What's the clamshell phone with the giant buttons?
the jitterbug.
The jitterbug. Get you one of those jitterbugs.
That's what he's not saying. He doesn't
put
have a
three-
smartphone. He has
three-
that jitterbug.
It's got 3 buttons on
and
it.
it's
One-
super loud.
Yeah. We joked around about getting my dad one of those.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
Dude, I want one of those.
Oh, dude. So, anyways, I need to switch phone services. We're trying to schedule a time to do that this week. Because I was gonna do it last night online, but to port my phone number over, they were like, could take 3 to 10 days before your phone number is back on. And I'm like, well, shit.
Yeah, because again, you're on like some service plan.
No,
they
for
had
any-
to like
for in-
it was encrypted because you don't. I don't
Yeah,
know. You know, who you used? What's that operating software that you use for your computer?
you mean the one that's on your computer?
Whatever. I mean,
Linux.
Linux, yeah, they had to ask Linux like what your phone number is, and there's nobody at Linux. Like
You
they're
know,
just
you know
like,
the
we'll
scenes
get to it.
in John Wick where like they put an order in and there's like people like with the old timey.
Yeah,
That's what like
exactly.
Cody's phone service
Are you
is like,
saying?
dude.
Are you saying Cody's an assassin?
No, he's the person that works in there.
He's the one that gets assassinated.
He's on the list.
As long as I don't leave the hotel, I'm fine.
No, they
At
remember
the
they were
end,
fighting.
at the end, yeah, the hotel was no longer
Yeah, it's
safe
not a safe
ground.
zone.
Yeah, but damn, those are good movies too. John Wick.
Yeah, those are
They're fun.
Just disappear into the non-reality.
Yeah.
Sometimes you need that.
I'm trying to
Yeah.
disappear into non-reality right
yeah,
now.
they have pills for that.
Take me away, space dust.
Yep.
Okay. The want to talk about another thing. So, nobody knows this yet, but there is a St. Patrick's Day.
pregnant?
No. That would be that'd be interesting if that was the case, but no.
It would be.
The St. Patrick's Day sale at Ironman, 25% off site-wide plus free treads with a lift kit purchase. The coupon code is GREEN25, starts Thursday the 17th, and ends at midnight on Sunday the 20th. So GREEN25 is your discount code to get 25% off site-wide at Ironman plus you get free treads if you buy a lift kit purchase. And that information is not going out to anybody yet. That'll start getting promoted Thursday the 17th. But for those of you on the live feed, get ready to buy stuff. So Green 25, and when this episode comes out, it'll be Thursday the 17th. Green 25 to get 25% off site-wide at the Ironman 4x4 America site, and get free treads with any purchase of a lift kit.
Can I make a comment? I just want to say that's great. I like that Casey logged in tonight just from Baker's just so he can post his face.
Is he
mashing down? Yeah, just
funny.
Handfuls of fries, just
and he's sitting there in Baker's eating, and I'm assuming it's on speakerphone. So anybody around Baker's, this guy here with the fuzzy gray beard, he's wanted in several states. He's
Baker's is popping tonight. Well, man,
hey, what's up, dude?
What's
nice
funny
shirt.
is that he doesn't even chew when he eats.
Yeah.
It just envelops it. He just opens his mouth and then like his hand.
He's like
a
duck,
mask,
like a duck.
Are you
just
by
disappears.
yourself, or are you by yourself?
No, Susan is in her here.
Okay. I didn't see him on the screen. So they're allowing you to be this embarrassing and listen to this show while you're at Baker's.
Nobody cares, dude. It's Baker's, bro.
Which Baker's are you at?
The one off the 79 and the 10.
I don't know where that's at.
Beaumont.
Beaumont. Yeah, I know.
Beaumont.
Is that in America?
It is. It is.
San Jacinto Baker's.
Yes, the San Jacinto
It
Bakers.
is.
So this weekend, want to talk about the new bed rack that's on my truck right now. And after we're done recording, I'll put out a quick video that I clipped together last night. I
already posted one.
I saw that. So I'm going full bed rack for Mark in the chat room. And
he's committed now.
So I looked at a couple options, and Casey and I had a conversation about building one, and we decided to build one that was custom rather than get a modular one, because I wanted to do something different with the way it was set up. I wanted to
just let you know, if you wanted to make it modular, I have a bandsaw.
we can modulate the hell out of it. So I took the truck up to Casey, dropped it off. I drove Casey's truck for a couple days. So I want to talk about that.
All right.
Casey's 2014 Frontier. I was surprised at how peppy it was. It's 2014. It has the rooftop 10 on it, 33s, but that was a fun truck. It's I think we've talked about it a couple times. It's very different than the boost of a turbo on my truck. But there were a couple, like I went up and down the mountain a couple times, no problems at all. Like that, your Frontier has plenty of juice to get up and down the hill. Like
it's torquey.
It is. It's a lot of fun to drive, and very, very well planted. It has the Ironman kit on it and the Nexen tires. Very well planted. Casey, I would say don't go through the San Bernardino Highland area in the next couple weeks. There's some people in that zone that aren't fans of yours.
Might be looking for you.
Yeah, there's some people that are like, if you see a blue rocket ship, they're going to be mad.
They're probably like, oh, look, it's Casey. He's driving slower this week.
Yeah,
We appreciate
that.
Side work, I think I need to change the color of my truck.
Well, I told Matt, if I knew somebody that did wraps, I was going to have it wrapped before I took it back to you, so it would be a completely different color. That's the only thing I don't like about it, is that bright ass blue. It's like annoying. It's like only someone like you would. So only someone that would wear those heat wave glasses would actually drive a blue Frontier.
Oh, it's Bosworth. Look at Brian Bosworth just showed up.
Brian Bosworth.
What's he doing at Baker's?
Anyway, I enjoyed driving the truck. I mean, and that's his is a 2014, so it's 7 years old now. I mean, that's
do math there on the
I
fly.
did on the fly.
You know you're wrong, right?
Yeah, it's 8 years, but so it's 2022.
Depends on when the first person bought
Yeah,
it.
I don't know.
Right? It's
But
a 2014
we don't know
model.
We don't know that stuff. We do know it's a
2014 model.
Gotta
Probably
make
bought.
assumptions.
Yeah. dicks. So I dropped off the truck at Casey's shop at Bear Valley Overland. Came down. He spent a day or so off and on messing with it. Sunday, I went up there.
And he built the rack.
By the time I got up there, he had two...
Did Dirty Mike and the boys take a trip around Big Bear? The Other Guys? The movie The Other Guys?
I have no idea.
You never seen that movie?
That's the one with Wahlberg and Will Ferrell.
Yes.
I love those guys, but I don't remember that
The
part.
movie The Other Guys.
Yes.
The cops, and then
Yes.
they take Will Ferrell's Prius, Dirty Mike and the boys. Dirty Mike and... Jose, right? Dirty Mike and the boys. Sorry. All right. Dirty Mike and the boys are not in Big Bear.
Coat-covered Ranger.
So Dirty Mike and the boys weren't there. So I go up on Sunday...
On the rack.
And Casey was already he had the first two loops arcs made, and so and part of the shelving. So the way it's built is the spare tire came from underneath the truck and is now sitting in the center of the bed.
It's almost like a chase rack.
Like a chase rack.
Yeah.
And then on either side of the tire is a shelf that's going to fit the 100-liter Iron Man weatherproof boxes on each side. And then there's space underneath, so then I'm going to put the air compressor on one side, my dual battery setup on the other side, and then the fridge slide for the back. He welded all of it up, the shelves, the whole thing. It's super stout. He came up with the idea to put footman loops all the way around the top bar and down the back. So
excuse me, what was that?
The footman loops. So look it up. It's a footman loop is a
Used.
yeah.
You
They have them on. So here's what footman loops are. So
I was waiting for Casey to do
Yeah.
the identical, but it's probably eating
So I don't know why
Doritos.
they're called footman loops, but going back to the days of my Jeep, they're on the hood of every Jeep.
Oh, all right.
So
there you go.
So
Those look like door handles.
they're like mini door handles, Matt. Yes, good.
Those look like big door handles, or cabinet handles. Did they put handles?
So they're all
Those are handles from a fence or something.
so they're all the way around the top, so
Why do you
that
put
when we
those on
run
there?
wires, we can use that to zip tie and keep everything tight. We still have to go back and weld some tabs for lights and a couple other things, but we decided to get it to a point now. And then we took it off the truck and spray canned it. We just rattle canned it with black paint. We cleaned the shit out of it. We degreased it, scrubbed it, pressure washed it, dried it off, painted it, and then put it back into the truck. We also built a bracket that sits in the bed of the truck with a loop on it, with an eyelet on it, so you can strap the tire, one strap all the way around the tire. There's a handful of things that we want to do differently to kind of enhance it, but the base is done. I'm super happy with the way it sits. It is rock solid. The one thing that I can, based on my limited experience with modular racks, those modular racks all have a point in which they are bolted together, right? And I'm sure someone's got a great system to bolt them together, but this thing is welded. It's not shimmying. It's not jiggling loose. It doesn't need to be tightened back down ever. This thing is rock solid.
The failure point is the truck.
It's a roll bar essentially. I mean, the bed will rip off before the tailgate. I mean, before the rack will.
Of course, being a Ford, that is more likely to happen.
very likely.
Regardless of whether there's a rack or not.
But
There's a mode for that. It's a tailgate or a bed removal mode. I think. It's my assumption. I do own a Ford, so I can. That's kind of qualified.
Is that what it is?
That statement. There is the reverse. Like, I could say a bunch of crazy shit about Ford and go, I do own a Ford, so
I
qualified.
owned a Ford.
That's like some of my best friends are. And that doesn't work, dude. You can't say that.
Yeah, I don't mean to insult you, but
I can't believe you would bring up something as crazy as that.
So Matt made a comment about it today when he was looking at the rack. I found it super interesting that as we're going through this, I was kind of like, what if we it'd be kind of cool to have this over here instead. And Casey went, okay. And he just like the legs for the shelves were originally all the way to the back, and we were a little bit concerned about clearance for the. So he just went grinded it down, moved it over, re-welded it, and like to me,
right?
I'm like, all right,
welder,
yeah,
welder,
I'm like, that's gonna cost me $5,000,
$225, Harbor Freight.
It's he's on mute right now, so he's not saying anything, but Casey has been working in fabrication shops of some sort for a long time, and he started off welding a bunch of stuff with his buddy and in a like a custom stair rails and stuff, moved into the Jeep fab stuff. It is amazing to watch someone do something that's good at their craft. Like for me to be able, and I was literally the what?
Was there somebody else there?
You're like, who?
I was the hold the flashlight guy. I literally hand him stuff. Oh, he also gave me a little thing with a little sander on it so I could clean up a little bit. It was so cute. He let me he let me help.
That's like Michael when I help when I change tires and patch
Yep.
his bicycle tires, and I go ahead and sand right here. This is where the leak's
100%.
You're doing it wrong.
He gave me a screwdriver to hold and let me
it up.
But it was just crazy to like I had drawn out a bunch of different versions. Casey looked at it. We collaborated on what it was going to look like. And then for him to go, all right, this is what we're doing. And just start cutting and welding with a level of confidence, like the idea, like cutting shit off
I'm glad
of my...
you thought I had confidence that whole time.
Cutting shit
I
off
just
of my...
started
cutting. To the point where I was like, well, Casey's here. He'll fix it. Like, I don't,
You got a welder.
It is amazing.
I mean, come on.
It was amazing. It was
take we could go buy a clean piece of metal that's 10 foot long, or weld these 6 pieces together, and it's just as good, pretty much.
So you decided to go with the rack being flush, the top of the rack being flush with the roof line, and
what does that mean?
So the top of the rack is flush with the roof. So now
I know, but what?
But knowing
that means his tent's going to be.
So the tent is going to be higher. Yes.
And I know, we've always talked about it, like which way. I think for me, preferably, I want the rack to be like a half rack, and then have the whatever rooftop tent be flush with the.
Yeah, I went back and forth. I didn't. So I wanted to get the tire in the bed of the truck because it sits the spare tire well isn't made for a 33. So I wanted to get it up, and if I ever decide to go 35s, I had to have a solution. So now was the time to do it. So I wanted to get the tire out from underneath because it removes all of that heavy weight from the farthest point of the truck.
Yeah, now it's towards the center of the truck.
And now it sits directly on top of the axle, and then that tire hung down lower than anything else in the back for clearance. So now so the bed rack had to be at least 35 inches tall. From the bed to the top.
Why 35?
Just in case I wanted to go 35s. If I would, I don't want that to be the reason I don't go 35s. So it had to be at least that level. And now at that point, there was only there wasn't that much of a difference in full height. And then the more I thought about it, the more I was like, I would rather have it sitting up high than lose that 1 foot of, because if I was to make the top of the rooftop tent flush with the cab, that's a foot lower.
Yeah.
That's a full 12 inches lower. And that would have significantly reduced the amount of room inside the bed of the truck. And I'm already feeling like I'm taking up a chunk of that bed. And, I see your smirk because I'm not going to be able to fit as much stuff in there. I think I'm going to be able to fit more stuff because I have shelves and containers to do it in. And
footman handled.
And footman loops.
Yeah.
Everywhere.
Fence handles.
Yeah, he welded... Mark says I shall call him Mini-Me. That's right, Mark. I'm Mini-You. He welded eyelets like in the... All right, that's one thing about the truck that's always frustrated me was the tie downs are in the bottom corner of the bed. And it's shitty. So he welded eyelets everywhere to make it easy to strap stuff down. I'm very, very happy with the way it came out. Once I get the rooftop tent up there, I may think, damn it should have been a little bit lower. But I think for now,
Matt has a bandsaw and a welder.
Well, so going back to my thing about having a welder, literally, because of the way Casey built it.
Just because now it's level and square and plumb doesn't mean when we're done with it, it has to be that way, right?
But literally, if we decided, all right, I want to drop it down a foot, bandsaw it, all 3 of the pillars, and lay new crossbars. I mean, it really won't be that difficult to do if that's what we want to do. Right. And Casey knew that. Like as we were talking about painting it, he had talked about powder coating, and I said, well, let's build it, test it a couple times, and then decide exactly what we're going to do.
I think as far as armor, I don't know about racks, but armor is concerned, like if it's powder coated and you drag your truck up against a rock, is the powder coating, it's going to get scratched, right?
Yeah. You're going to paint it anyway.
So what's the difference between rattle canning and powder coating? A lot of money.
Yeah. No, my concern is like rust, right? I want to make sure it's protected.
Do a good job. Get Rust-Oleum, like Johnny Bench used to advertise.
This was Rust-Oleum.
Remember those commercials?
It was Rust-Oleum primer and paint in one. And the
Johnny Bench was an old baseball player.
He was a great baseball player.
He was a great baseball player.
And
he was also very much known for the baseball bunch.
Yep, I remember the baseball bunch.
And selling paint.
Yep.
He was
a catcher and a third baseman.
I don't know if he played a lot of third base.
Not a lot, but he did. Yeah. So we had spray cans, and Casey started at one end and I started at the other, and it was kind of like as we were going around. By the time we got to where the other guy was, it was dry enough for a second coat, and we literally just went around the whole thing and dumped all 3 cans of paint on it. So it's fairly well covered. But to your point, yes, if it gets scratched up, we can just touch it back up.
Touch it up.
Let's see.
You spent $24 on some matte black paint, and if it gets marred up, you probably have a little bit left over.
No, all gone. We used all of it.
All right, you can go $7. $7
buy another one. Yeah. So I've got the side shooter ditch lights on floodlights on the front of the hood right now, and I talked about moving those to the back. So I want to put those weld tabs and put those in the back corner, and then put the chase light across the front in the back. Again, now going back to lowering it 12 inches. Now you add lights. Now I would have this much between the fridge height.
How much is this much? Because this is a podcast, so we do have 20 plus people watching.
11.
And you're using hand gestures.
It's about average. It's about average height.
That's 10 feet.
That's 10 feet. That's 10 feet. Okay.
I went back and forth, Jose, and I think right now it's basically I'd rather start here and then chop it down if I had to than have to weld on later.
You can add too. I mean, it's not a big deal.
I can't.
No, I can't. I couldn't. Either.
But Casey can.
Has science reached that level yet?
Trust me, if that was an option,
they would have been. There'd be lines across.
I'll tell you,
door, dude.
You can add. You can add on. It's called zeros in your checking account. That's how you add on. That's
right.
Have
and
you
I
seen
would
that
say,
picture?
I would say no because hair growth would be the first thing, and I'm still bald. So.
There's that picture.
What commercial?
There's a picture on Instagram that was going around. It's like some old dude, like in a banana hammock, and this super hot young chick. And it's like, see, this is why you should go to
go to college. Yeah,
college. And it's like, see, this is why you shouldn't fuck up in school or whatever for the girl.
Yeah. That's funny.
Yeah.
So the bed rack is in. I still have a couple things to do. I want to get the rooftop tent mounted before the Patreon trip this weekend. I got some cases and some other things that I want to get mounted onto it.
So
but
you're committed, bro. You're an overlander now.
Well, and we're doing this family trip in April, right? And it's like 2,000 miles or something, 2,500 miles or something like that.
Dude, I didn't know you were rich, bro. I mean, cost of gas.
I know, it's ridiculous. But I want that trip to be comfortable.
Yeah.
To have all of, because we're going to camp 3 nights and stay in hotels 3 nights.
Okay.
So on the nights that we're camping, I want to be comfortable. Like this is we're committed. I've always said that if I have the gear and I can make it comfortable and easy for the girls, it's that much more likely that I'm going to be able to get them to go do things. I fully would love to. I remember going back into high school. Like I remember getting off work at 9 o'clock when I was working at Target, or this is right after high school, throwing a tiny tent in the back of the Jeep and going to San Onofre and just spending the night. Wake up in the morning, surf, come home. Like, we have the option to do that in Southern California, but right now,
that's also single life, bro.
Yes, exactly. But now you're like, shit. Okay, I gotta pack all this stuff.
So I'm going opposite. I'm making things miserable, so nobody wants to go with me. Dude, you gotta sleep in that cold ass tent right on the goddamn floor, And
See,
I don't want to go with Dad. It's always horrible. He lives like a miser, and
you're doing it
sleeps
wrong.
on the floor.
I don't even bring a tent.
And then that's true.
It's just a sleeping pad and sleep in the bed.
What are you worried about? Your theoretical family?
Yeah,
come on, Holmes. I will be bringing the boys this weekend.
Yeah,
so.
cool. Yeah, the girls are coming.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Tammy and Press are coming. We're
gonna throw rocks at things like other rocks. We're gonna throw small rocks at big rocks. It's gonna be great.
Yeah. I want this weekend to be a test run for the weekend, the family trip. So I still have some work to do to get everything set up. Like I want to get the fridge mounted and back. I want to get the tent mounted on the roof rack. So I've got some electrical to do. I've got but I'll try to get that done between now and the when we leave for the trip. But I am excited about going all in, like you said. I think
it's a commitment.
It is.
That rack is a commitment for sure.
You know what though?
I mean, it is. And
it is and it isn't. So one because of the generosity.
How isn't it?
Well, because you can still take it off.
Four
It's just
bolts, dude.
The only problem is where you're going to store it at if you do take it off.
Yeah, that means like on Mondays or Tuesdays. I'm sorry, it's going to be a regular thing where we help you mount and dismount your stupid ass tent.
No. Because Casey built it out of the generosity of his heart.
I'm gonna start doing like Casey and just phoning in to the show every week.
I paid for the material, right? So in the grand scheme of things, it was not expensive. I mean, it was the cheapest. It was the cheapest barrier to entry.
Yeah.
8 bolts, and I could lift it out myself. It's not too heavy. No, seriously.
I'll pay to see that.
Yeah, I'll pay to see that.
You tell me when you're gonna dismount or mount that tent yourself.
I will be here.
I didn't say tent.
I'll just happen to be driving by.
I didn't say tent.
I'll
said
be here.
The rack.
Yeah, like, oh, okay, cool. Go at it. I'll be taking video.
The rack. I can load and unload the rack myself. It's not so heavy that you can't do that. If the tent was on it, no, absolutely not.
The ligaments in your shoulders say different, sir.
Those are all surgically enhanced.
They're all
now.
healed up. I've
Yeah.
seen him throwing stuff. He's got a little snap on his arm. Yeah. So maybe I'm not. I mean, the other shoulder, I don't know. I can't vouch for that one. You still have 2 shoulders, right?
For the most part, yeah. But at the end of the day, I want to get out and do more impromptu, quick trips. I don't want to have to, think about setup. I wanted to make it as simple as possible.
Can you explain impromptu, please?
Not much planning.
Isn't that how we run
that's
here?
how. So
Isn't
we
that
are
how we
very
operate?
much.
Yeah.
We are the impromptu podcast.
Yeah, we are an impromptu
for you
production.
Impromptu Productions. Impromptu Media. #ImpromptuMediaProductions.com. I should buy that, although I already have like 78 domain names.
What do you do with those domain names?
Dude, he sent me one once. I was just like, why would you even think of that?
I did not.
Oh, you gotta say it now.
I don't remember. I don't remember it. It just had to do with
midgets and
no.
Cranks. Probably crankmidget.net.
I just remember I was just like, bro, like, why would you? I honestly don't remember what it was, but I was just like, you actually spent time thinking about that one.
I don't know if he, maybe it just popped into his head one day because he was watching his TikToks or something. I don't know. You didn't say what it was.
Yeah, I don't remember.
It couldn't have been that bad. I'm trying to look at. I'm looking at.
He's looking I'm
looking him up right now to see.
That's great.
I have a lot of domain names. None of them are bad. None of them are bad. Most of them are around the Trail Chasers in some form. But how do we get on the
Jose?
URL
Jose opened
train?
that door and did not close it.
Nah, I didn't even open the door, dude. I just
You did. You said Cody sent you some code domain name.
Oh, because we were talking about media, impromptu media productions.
Oh, that's
yeah,
right.
that's right.
So I don't know if it's available. If anybody wants to go buy it, it's probably not available. So the roof rack, bed rack, is
Very solid.
I'm super
No,
excited.
it's very nice.
ImpromptuMediaProductions.com is available for $12 a year. If one of you guys want to buy it.
And what does it do for me if I did it? Is this one of those like
One of them internet things.
Is that like Bitcoin?
NFTs?
Yeah.
what
Oh,
the-
God, I what the f? You know, I don't even want to discuss it because it just seems so trivial. NFTs. Is that like who gives a shit? I don't even give a shit. When this NFTs and the way things are going, like domain names. You remember the 2000, like around 2000, when the internet was blowing up and that internet bubble collapsed, and that's what's happening now. Like that shit's gonna, that bubble's gonna burst.
Probably.
So go ahead with your bitcoins.
I have not. I don't.
I'll
have
just
any,
work for real money.
Is it real money though? I mean, do you
It-
physically grab
it's
it?
It's all a digit in
Yeah.
somebody's computer. That's
It's a 0 or a 1.
You just happen to be banking on the different computer that everybody else is, or the same one that everybody else is.
Okay, well, whatever. My computer is with Chase Bank, and that's like a viable bank. Again, Apple and AT&T. I'll just stick with like the things that everybody knows.
There's that meme that says
Bitcoin.
there's no such thing as the cloud. It's just somebody else's computer.
It's true. It's true.
Somebody else's computer in somebody else's room, in a data center someplace.
Leland, Matt has a container full of Beanie Babies. Remember Beanie Babies?
I do.
Oh, man, I do remember those. And Pogs.
Oh my god,
And Pogs. No, I never got into either one of those. I was too cool.
Slammers.
Yep. Yeah, it's about you Casey, because Casey did Pogs.
I was for sure.
Yeah.
in that.
Casey did Pogs. Matt and I are at our age. We did marbles. Like that was. I got
Let's go play some jacks.
Jacks, Jacks, and hopscotch.
There's a
Comic books
stick
for-
outside.
Comic books for a little bit, but baseball cards. Baseball cards were my thing, like junior high school. Like me and my buddy Zach would go mowing lawns. Dude, think about that. I would go door to door, like, hey, I'll mow your lawn for $5. You show up and you knock on somebody's door with a mower?
With a mower,
Yeah, they'll absolutely. Look at these entrepreneurial little kids. They're well.
And you did a shitty ass job.
It looked like
Didn't-
shit.
You didn't
Who
edge
gives
it.
a shit?
You
Oh,
walked,
no,
walked
God,
back
no.
and forth
You
twice.
didn't say nothing about edging.
That's an extra $2.
But they give you
cleaning up.
$5.
Or cleaning up.
Oh no, it's all just strewn about. Yeah, but people were like happy to see two little kids trying to make some money.
Dude, I bet you Overland Pogs would be a thing.
Well, that's the challenge coins, or you know what Overland Parks
yeah.
are? It's the freaking patches.
Are we going to have a patch and a challenge coin now?
Yeah, the patches and Overland Pog.
What would the challenge be?
Now you know what challenge coin is?
It's like in the military, right?
Yeah. So
Yeah, you
Like,
carry a...
Go up that hill in
no,
your truck?
it's like an award.
Yeah.
Like it's a prestigious award. Like it started in the military as a thing.
No, it's like to confirm your identity. It's like, like I'm part of this unit. Like, look, I have this coin.
Oh. Okay.
Okay.
It's like a challenge word.
What?
Like,
It's like what's your safe word?
Yeah.
So when
Oh,
Jose
Jesus.
Jose has to
All
hold
right,
up
I
his
don't
coin
even-
and be
Yeah.
like, "This is my safe word." I don't know. No, we don't
Remember
have.
in Saving Private Ryan, they were in that alleyway when No.
Oh, okay.
And they were like, thunder. Like, that's the word. Like, okay, yeah, it's a friendly.
Okay. I see. I understand. And now I understand. You put it to Private Ryan level. Okay. I got that.
So
There was like an old movie. I remember me and my
Saving
brother.
Private Ryan.
Yeah, it's a lot older than that, but it was like a World War II related movie, and they're like in the forest, and they would like yell out, "Apple, cobbler!" Like, okay, they're friendlies, like if you knew something like that.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, all right. See, I understand. Look at that.
Well, good. I'm glad we could relate it for you. It's that's pretty awesome.
I'm sorry. I'm internet slow.
Oh, I got something we didn't talk about. So, if you had to guess, guys, go back to this information. If you had to guess between Ranger, Tacoma, Frontier, Gladiator, Wrangler, and Chevy Colorado, which of those do you think would be the most selling of those in America?
Oh, good. At least it's America. Like you were showing us that stupid Ford vehicle that's only sold in South America or whatever. Like, who gives a shit about
Why is he
this
got to
thing?
bring up old shit? Like, it doesn't matter, dude.
Because you brought that up, and so you never know.
Bring a topic to the show. We won't have to talk about my stuff.
What are the
Here's
bounds?
the topic: Batman. Everybody else has seen it. It was good. People want to hear about it.
So Ranger, Tacoma, Frontier, Gladiator, Colorado.
Best selling.
Which
what
one?
year? Overall?
2019 through 2020. Which one do you think sold the most?
Well, it's not Frontier.
It is the Frontier.
You're saying Frontier?
19 to 2020.
19 to 21.
Oh,
so 2019.
now
No,
you're
2019,
again.
2020, and 2021.
22.
Not
Which is
counting
the best?
2019, 2020, 2021. Which of those? Ranger, Tacoma, Frontier, Gladiator, or Colorado? Which one do you think sold the most?
God, it's like such an obvious answer, but I'm still gonna go with like the Colorado or something.
Yeah, it's either. Yeah, it's not the Tacoma because it.
God, but he's gonna. Ooh, Ford
It's the
Ranger.
Tacoma.
It's Tacoma. Tacoma's number one. So 248,000 units in 2019.
Wait, what? I mean, what was that for?
Just this was interesting information that came up. I was doing some,
Just now.
Yeah, I mean,
no.
bro, that was the most fucking random thing.
because I was you guys were talking about Private Ryan and it was dumb and I wanted to get back onto an
Are you saying
off-road
Private Ryan was a dumb
truck
movie?
related. So
Dude, if I ever see that
Hey.
guy that played what's his name, the typewriter guy, the guy that didn't save his homie at the end. He got scared in the stairwell, and then his buddy was getting stabbed.
Oh yeah.
If I ever, I know he's just playing a role, but
Yeah,
if I ever
you hate
see him
that
in this,
guy now.
yeah, dude.
So that was the first date movie I took my ex-wife to go see. Not a good first date movie.
I don't know. It kind of paralleled your relationship.
At the time, had I known, it would have paralleled. I'd have gotten out of there. But yeah, that was walked out of there with a pretty down mood.
Yeah, I guess I'll see you next time.
I'm sorry about that. I mean, it was a highly touted movie.
His brothers died, dude. All of them.
Yeah, that was the basis of the movie. Go get Matt Damon. We gotta save Matt Damon. Don't. Who died? Like maybe it was somebody amazing.
Nah.
No, Matt Damon was the one that survived.
All right. So you guys done? The Tacoma. Tacoma was the most selling in that. Which one do you think was second?
Not gonna work here anymore.
Ford Ranger.
Let's. Yeah.
You don't even know?
No. Yeah, it was. 83,000 in 2019, 101,000 in 2020, and 94,000 in 20.
Damn, Tacoma sell 2x, almost 2.5.
Yeah, more than everybody else's.
That's fucking crazy.
For the same looking truck, the same
It's
whatever.
It's a proven
It's the brand.
platform, right?
Well, it's the name. It's you know what you're buying when you buy a Tacoma, right? And you're not going to go wrong. You know what you get. There's plenty of aftermarket support. There's
resale value.
There's reliability.
I think those are the two strongest points why people get a Tacoma in the first place. Is that there's so much support for it in the aftermarket, and the fact that they know if no matter what they do to it, they're most likely going to get their money back or a return on investment. But yeah, challenge coins, huh?
I was surprised that the Frontier, like we see Frontiers here in Southern California everywhere, and in the time frame in which
that's because it's the same truck for 15 years, so and they run forever. So
maybe that's the reason we're seeing so many is because we're seeing the 2013s, 14s, and 15s.
I don't see many of the new ones.
No, but in the time frame,
no, just a handful.
In the that same time frame, so let me do one more calculation here. 121 plus 96 plus. So, the Colorado was actually second, surprisingly. So in that 3-year period, 2019, 2021, the Tacoma sold 740,000 units. Second was Colorado at 290,000. So think about that, from 740 down to 290.
That's second place.
The Ranger was 278, the Frontier was 216, and the Gladiator was only 206.
Nissan made the most money out of all of them.
Yeah, for sure. Probably the highest margin. Well, I don't know. Tacoma charges a shit ton. The Toyota charges a shit ton for those Toyotas, and I don't know that if you were to compare part for part against the Frontier, I don't know that the cost of goods is going to be much different.
Two times more. Well, I mean, truck for truck. What? It's like a third.
No,
less.
I'm saying the raw material and resources, the cost of goods to make the Tacoma and the cost of goods to make the Frontier are probably the same. It's probably equal, but the Frontier is being sold at 20% margin, and the Tacoma is being sold at 40% margin.
Yeah,
not so much anymore, dude.
I mean, okay, so now it's 40 and 80%.
No, I'm saying Frontiers are expensive now.
Yeah. Well, I think they're ratcheting up their price to match the market buzz that they're getting on the new version, and rightfully so. It's a fantastic truck. I am excited to see someone get it out on the dirt, and if we know anybody that has a Frontier that wants to hang out with us, there could be an open spot on the show soon.
I mean,
damn.
wow. Okay.
Woo.
I mean, dude, I don't want to be where I'm not wanted, and I've taken mine on the dirt. Mine has technically been to King of the Hammers.
Did you put it in 4-wheel drive?
Yes.
Did you have to?
No.
Yeah, that's I think the new Frontier is the price is going to go up to reflect the market, and it's going to get to a point where it matches the Tacoma because it's on par. It's a truck that's on par with the Tacoma, and it'll. They'll monitor that
until next year, 2023, and the new Tacoma
it's on
comes
par
out.
if enough people say it's on par. I mean, that's really what we're talking about. People willing to pay so much money for a Tacoma just because people say that it's worth, and they're willing to pay. That's resale value or whatever. So, but that's an earned thing. For Toyota, they've earned that right.
100%.
They could put out a pile of shit. Brown, root beer colored or whatever. Put that that TRD Pro or whatever on the side, and that's $50,000.
Well, they did a piss yellow one. Like the new TRD color is like a Gatorade yellow.
Nice.
Yeah, that's a TRD
like
Pro.
matted, right? Don't they do?
No,
that? Isn't that the
shiny?
But isn't that what they were doing for a while? Like the TRD, the pros were like matted. They had a special matted color.
It was never matte. It was always just a select.
That is 100%. Oh, I can't put that's. The
Gatorade reference.
Yes, that is 100% Gatorade. Let me open up a new window here. It is. Gatorade yellow.
Yeah,
that is Gatorade. I'm digging it. I kind of like it.
Well, that's not the that's the 4Runner TRD Pro and the Tacoma TRB that's the
They're a little different.
They're a little different shades.
One's more mustard color.
But that's the
wow.
TRD, that's the color.
Yeah, that is Gatorade. That is Gatorade.
Lime. Gatorade lime.
Electric lime is what it's called.
And that's $50,000.
Dude.
50 grand buys you that, dude.
I'm into it. I think it's a cool color.
I'm not hating it. I like it.
I wouldn't buy it. I mean, it's better than blue, but we've talked about this before. I struggle to buy any vehicle that's not black, white, or gray. Like it's
that's your color palette for clothing.
Yeah,
like
for everything. Yeah, throw a little bit of orange in there. Tammy tried to get me to buy the Ranger came in that
orange.
That orange, yeah. She tried to get me to buy that orange. I should have, but I couldn't find one that had the FX4 package that I wanted and all that stuff. But yeah, I'm super simple when it comes to colors of vehicles.
Life.
High five, Jose.
That was too easy, dude.
Apparently.
That was a T-ball.
That was my nickname in college.
Hey, did you guys, speaking of T-ball, dude, that Top Golf opened up the street.
It did.
Oh, it did?
No, it opens up.
No, it's open.
Is it open?
It is
Oh,
open.
okay.
I drove by there on the way home Friday. I think it officially opened on the 11th. I think that was Friday.
You think it'd be busy this Friday?
You couldn't even park. You had to
Yeah.
park like in the street, and they were still unloading like the
Furniture and
rental clubs or whatever. Yeah,
The soda machine, the tables and chairs.
honestly. And then I saw it on the news. Channel 5 or KTLA did a whole story like every hour Friday morning. Advertising. Hey, check out what opened. That place. It's not the same as Vegas. You remember in Vegas, it had like the screens on the net at the end, like at the at the end of the range. It doesn't have that, but it's still it's still Top Golf, and it's half off on Tuesdays.
Is it? So we have to do
What night do we
a live feed on Tuesday nights?
My goodness! If we go in there with the Ecto Pack, they'd probably be like, "Oh, you guys pay double. You guys gotta pay regular rates tonight."
So what Tuesday? We'll pick a Tuesday in April and see if we can't get
It
reservations.
ain't happening in April, dude. I've already tried reserving just for 4 people. It's like, oh, try next week.
Really?
Try next week. Yeah. It's gonna be really hot for like 6 months. You're just gonna have to walk up and get that, be put on the list. But I mean, that's what we did in Vegas, and that was still cool because we just sat down, watched a bunch of sports. They had that cool sports bar, ate dinner, and then finally we got the spot.
Mm-hmm.
That's a money making endeavor there.
For sure. We're gonna have to do a couple Tuesday night recordings there, or do a Friday night patron meetup. Book a couple bays and just go play. Because we had fun. I had a lot of fun at the Top Golf in Vegas. That was a really good time. Like I would definitely go do that again. So we have to figure out when, because it's like you said, I'm looking at the calendar and it's not going to be easy to get to anytime soon.
It's one of those things where we have to show up and wait.
Yeah. I'm sure we could do one in a long time in advance.
Yeah, I mean, unless we can, get in with management there and say, hey, we do a podcast about whatever.
Cool story, Bo.
Yeah, can we? And we would like to reserve every other Tuesday, whatever.
We'll bring you 3 new customers every week.
Jeez, you think? If we could
no,
guarantee
it'd be us.
Oh, that's
4
true.
if Casey comes.
You'd say this guy over here drinks like a fish, and there's 3 of them. Then maybe.
Yeah. So we will try to plan something and get a team, get a group together. Do they have leagues? Man, that would be
leagues.
Think about that in a Top Golf league, just like you do bowling leagues and golf leagues.
I didn't know you had that much time on your hands.
So
bro.
no, I'm not saying for us, but like if you own Top Golf, you could do a league where like a round robin tournament, like you did like a bowling league. Get teams together. You could totally do that. Sell out like every Thursday night is league night. I'm just saying, Top Golf is going to be fun once we get in. Yeah, I'll put Matt. You're in charge of finding a date of when we can go as a group.
Dude,
I'm on it. I'm on it, boss.
He'll make it happen, dude.
No, he won't. Okay, so I've kind of gone down my list. What else is going on with you guys? What's the? Is there anything that you need to do to your Is the Land Cruiser all good for this weekend?
Yes, sir.
No blown gaskets.
Nah, I don't think so.
No windshield wiper fluid too dry.
Replaced all the jets or rebuilt your carburetor a couple of times.
The carburetor.
Matt, anything going? Like, do you have anything you got to get done before we go?
Oh, not before I go, but I kind of I don't want to say cat out of the bag, but I just turned in like 6 months worth of reimbursements at work, so I think I'm gonna ask Jose to use his hookup to buy my steel so I can do my sliders.
Oh yeah,
it's gonna be like I don't want to say a summer project. I hope to get it done before the end of summer, but yeah, it's probably.
Casey got a whole bed rack done in like 12 hours.
And did he get paid to do it?
No.
Does he want to come down and do some rock sliders?
Why don't you go up there?
Does he want to come down and do some rock sliders? Look, if I hold off...
Well, he has I
have a pool at my house. And, pool guy is... they're going to come, and I think they're going to actually fix it this time. I got my fingers crossed.
What did they tell you?
I handled
things. Does Monty slip him a 20 to make it rust again so they have to come back later?
I don't care what she slips him. I just want that shit fixed. Fix that pool. Yeah, so I used my more refined like project management skills, and I was like, "Excuse me, sir."
You wrote a strongly worded email.
I explained my frustration, but in a very calm manner, and I spoke to him, and I said, "This is the third time. What do we need to do for you to come over, take a look at my pool, and fix it
Matt's
for real this time?"
Why the fuck am I paying you for?
I didn't use any profanities, but if he fucks it up this time, look the fuck out. Like, so we he put a plan together. He had a guy come out and take a look at it. So that's my plan is when it starts getting hot and I have that steel in hand, dude, I was looking at pipe benders for Harbor Freight for like $150. It'll bend up to like 2.5 inch pipe. Pretty good size pipe.
It's average. It's average pipe.
It's about this big. The hand gestures. That's why you guys got to tune in.
You're not going to bend any pipe. Just get some square metal and go up to Casey's shop and
for sliders.
Yeah.
Square metal.
Yes.
You can 45 it.
Yes.
Do that hand gesture again, Jose.
45 it. Yeah.
That's the one I was talking about. Like, what's that? It was like you were disco dancing or something.
Yeah, but you need to get sliders on that thing sooner than later.
Okay, so yeah, when it gets hot, I'll have Casey come down. Hey, jump in the pool, and then
I don't understand why it has to be hot.
Because that's the enticement for him to come down and do it at my house. I don't have to drive up there. I have a pool.
So rather than making a 45-minute drive to his shop,
is it 45 minutes?
Okay, break. Hour and 50 from your house. Hour. So rather than making a 1 hour drive
I don't want to do that.
From your house to his shop, where he's got all the tools, everything
he
needs
a welder
to get
I have a bandsaw.
to get it welded and done in half a day.
But
you're gonna wait until August when it's warm enough for him to swim. That seems totally logical. That seems like a really good plan.
Yeah, it means I don't have to. What you're not thinking about is driving back down, right? I have to drive back down, so that's it's twice as bad as you initially thought.
Okay, so an hour up and so it's not worth a 2 hour drive to get your sliders done immediately. So you'd rather just wait until July or August to do it.
Could be May. Could be, whatever. It gets warm and it's Global warming,
I'm just
dude.
trying
Global
to
warming.
understand why you would wait.
Don't try. Just don't try to understand.
I don't think you want sliders because I think then you have no excuse to not go do things. And now
he does everything
I
now.
know. I was going to go down a rabbit hole. I know.
Yeah,
It
it's a
doesn't
silly
stop
rabbit.
him.
Everybody knows, like, I'll just wreck my truck. Nobody believes I'm that. Dude, look at my truck. There's like paint chips all over the place, like hanging off.
You have no bump stops anymore.
I don't have any bump stops. The frame's all busted or dented in from where they're supposed to go, and then the armor underneath is all wrecked. I'm a little upset Iron Man doesn't have that for Nissans on their website right now, but whatever.
They did for a while. They did.
That's what I'm saying. Like, that was like number one on my list. I just want to replace my skid plates.
Remember a year ago when I wrecked the transmission skid plate on my truck at Johnson Valley?
My truck didn't wreck anything.
It's still sitting in my garage. I haven't bent it back in shape and put it back on yet.
So you don't have.
I haven't had a skid plate
there.
over the transmission, the transfer case for a year. Probably not a smart idea. I should probably do that. Get that fixed soon. But I think it's a matter of just putting it in the vise and smacking it a couple times to get it back into shape. I just haven't. All right. So other than this trip, so I think this will be a good mellow. We're not going to overextend ourselves with trying to find some trails. Like I said, where we're planning on camping, there's plenty of trails and areas to tool around.
So that's the plan. You want to come up and go, hey, and try and entice other people to go, let's go hit that trail. That's the plan.
Yeah, right now, I will map some stuff out because I've been in that area before. But we're not going to be like, okay, everybody, set up camp by this time, and then we're going to go hit the trail at this time. It's going to be like, hey,
Matt, you want to go on this trail with me?
Yeah, we're gonna cruise around over here and
make
see what
me
happens.
an offer. Maybe I'll
It'd almost
go.
be cool to do Rattlesnake Canyon again.
Like a half hour away from Rattlesnake Canyon?
No, it's there.
It depends.
Is it supposed to be Patreons only?
It depends. It depends on where we end up.
That was a cool trip.
Yeah. I'm totally down to do Rattlesnake again. We can go the other way if we wanted to.
Mm-hmm.
Start from
talk to my handler, let her know what you're offering for me to participate in that trail, and then she'll get back to me, and then I'll let you know by Saturday. So Saturday?
What's this offer? What do I have to offer you? Something to go wheeling?
Because I don't have to do anything. I can just set up my tent and just kick it the whole time. That's what I want to do.
Well, that's what we can do. I
love it. Sounds good.
If we show up, throw the chairs out, and don't leave, then that's the case.
It's probably what it's gonna be. Just
you're gonna tell your kids to run over there, don't die.
Run over there. Here's a pile of rocks. Throw them at that rock, and I'll watch it throw rocks and stuff.
Oh, and Jose's ex-boss. I don't want to call her old boss anymore. She'll get mad at me. Jose's ex-boss and I were having a conversation, and she has taken it upon herself to do some research for the next expedition, and she has done a good job of such research. She sent me an email with some information. I'm going to try to talk to her about it in the next couple of days, but she's going to help do the planning for where we go next. What do we say? May, maybe? Yeah, May, because we can't do April. So look out for the next TCX in May. Details coming in the next couple weeks.
Cool. I hope it's in the desert.
I think what we're going to do is find the equator and go right there so that I can hear you guys fucking complain the whole time.
My AC doesn't work.
Can we get a giant magnifying glass to just follow me in my truck the whole time?
Sure.
Yeah, okay, cool.
Hey, just because you have a truck that has an air conditioner that works, you choose not to drive it. Not my problem.
I mean,
you've replaced everything in that truck except the air conditioner.
That's true. You know what, Jose?
One of my things to do.
I never thought about that, but that's changed my opinion of you a little bit. Like, you're on 35s, everything's lifted, it looks great. The AC doesn't work?
It works great on the freeway.
Yeah, as long as you're doing 65.
You're doing like 50 miles an hour, it'll be all right.
You got to roll the windows down. You're on Mojave Trail.
Do you have an electric fan?
No, it's
Does
mechanical.
JBL have an electric fan?
No, it's mechanical.
What if you add an electric fan?
I was talking about in the
you
cab.
can. They sell an auxiliary kit.
Yeah.
for it.
I had to do the one of my XJs. Didn't matter what I did, it overheated every time. Didn't matter. So I ended up like buying the 2-fan electric kit that mounted behind the radiator, and basically just the car came on, both of them ramped up. Woo! Trying to keep it from overheating.
There's a Land Cruiser guy that sells the auxiliary kit for it, switch and everything.
Have you changed out the condenser?
No, it's the original.
Oh, you're not even trying.
It's the last thing he hasn't replaced is the condensing coil.
He drives around with extra alternators and transmissions in the back of his truck, but has no air conditioning.
It's a clutch fan. Yeah, it has like oil in it where it's like once it reaches a certain temperature, it resists. I don't know, dude.
You do know. You're just embarrassed by it.
You know we're right.
Nah, I mean, dude, it's a 28-year-old truck now. It's gonna shit has to get replaced.
Yeah, we know that.
I thought you did that with the new Frontier.
I have the Wits End Lee. I have the Wits End fan.
I'm just saying, like, that surprised me that has not made the list yet.
It's not cheap.
How much is a new condenser?
No, I don't have the time to install it. The condenser is probably a couple.
Not cheap.
$100.
Oh no! I don't have time. No! It's just it's an excuse.
Well, yeah, because he's not driving it every day anymore.
No.
The Frontier is the daily driver. AC works great there.
You know,
it works fucking. It's cold, dude.
Don't
Frontier.
don't fix the AC in the Land Cruiser, because what's going to happen? We're going to go on the next trip. He's going to get in the cruiser.
That's it.
Get 40 miles down the road and be like, F it, I'm not doing this again. He's going to have to have the window down the whole time on the trail, all dusty. He could be sitting in his zero gravity seats with actual stereo system,
yeah,
no Bluetooth JBL speaker on the floor, and air conditioning that works. But he's
satellite
like,
radio.
I don't have that anymore.
oh, did your
My trial expired.
Yeah, F that.
Yeah, I'm not paying for that.
I don't need this satellite radio.
I pay for that.
Do you?
Yeah, it's worth it.
It'd be cool to have.
But you're on the road significantly more than I am.
Fuck you. That's the only thing. Yes. But even still, like, I like having the variety, I guess, of something. Maybe it's just I'm old school where I used to like listening to the music that was on the regular radio.
Too many commercials now, dude.
Satellite radio? There's
no, on the regular radio.
No, I know, but I'm talking about like when we do Mojave or when we go out and do our excursions or whatever. I always have like cool stations to listen to.
Yeah, for sure.
That's I like worth it. I like the scrolling, like, all right, F that song. I have 6 more ready to go and just boop, cool, and then I'll sit and listen to that for a while.
For off-roading, satellite radio is
yeah,
awesome.
It's great.
No, I don't disagree. I don't drive enough to
I wish it worked on my cell phone out in the middle of nowhere, because then, while we're sitting at the campfire, we don't have to listen to Morrissey the entire time, because that's the only shit I have on my actual phone downloaded.
Wipe the emo, the Robert Pattinson hair out of the way.
Oh, yeah, he's full emo in this one.
He is full, but like in a good way.
He writes journals and shit.
By hand. It's good.
All right. Well, no, obviously no guest tonight. We'll work on getting one set up for next week. Patrons, if you have...
I'm a little disappointed. Casey, there was a guy in an orange shirt at Baker's that could have been a guest.
Could have been a good interview.
He could have walked over there and said, "Hey, excuse me, sir."
But he didn't.
What are you doing?
What did you order from Baker's? And Jose, what's your Baker order? When you go to
I have 2 go-tos. It's either
nice. See,
the two bean and cheese burrito meal, or the what's that meal called?
And I know you like French fries.
Oh yeah,
And their large fries, it's a
well they
giant.
used to tout it was a pound of French fries.
Yeah.
So they don't do that anymore.
But it's still a ton. It's still a
lot.
shit ton.
They give you 2 bags,
Yeah.
one bag for the fries and one bag for the food.
Back in the day when I was Forum of Jesting there was a baker's 2 blocks away, and at lunchtime they had the dollar meal, which was a bean and cheese burrito, a small fry, and a small Coke. I would go get 2 of those dollar meals for lunch. Almost every day, like lunch
for $1.
For
man.
yes.
Yeah, dude,
$2.
can't beat that.
Yes, 2 bean and cheese burritos, 2 small fries, and 2 Cokes.
Yeah, dude.
That was the best. Like I ate it probably 5 days a week.
You're working the system.
Absolutely.
And the second one is that the cheeseburger and taco meal. I forgot what it's called. Something.
How many orders of fries do you get at
Just
Baker's?
one.
Just
It's
one.
enough,
Well,
dude.
why is it you get 4 orders of fries at In-N-Out?
Because they're not that
It's not
big.
enough.
Yeah.
It's not enough.
Luke in the chat room, Morrissey. Yes,
And it's 3, not 4.
When you're at a campfire with us, you don't know what Matt's going to put on the radio. Could be Morrissey and the Smiths. Could be
Megadeth.
It could be 90s hip hop, Wu-Tang Clan.
Oh,
it could
yeah.
be
He has Operation Ivy on there.
Oh yeah, dude. That was in the '90s, early '90s. That was all about
Because an Op Ivy song came on at Hammers. I'm like, dude, you have Op Ivy on this thing?
Matt's favorite band is Drive Like Jehu, which is still I don't know who that is. I've never heard of any of their songs.
Yeah, that is the greatest band that has ever existed.
Matt's one of those guys
And-
that like the more obscure the band is, the more
better
he
they
likes
are.
it.
Yeah, exactly. Sadly, it is weird like that. But Drive Like Jehu came back after whatever, and they actually played Coachella to some prominence. Like I think it was like 5-7 years ago. I was so excited. I almost decided to go, but then F that. I'm not going to Coachella.
No,
it's like craziness. I wanted to live at that time.
There was speaking
Op
of which,
Ivy, Op Ivy over Rancid. I know they're like kind of almost not the same band, but similar guys.
Yeah, they're in the same.
I have to go to a freaking punk rock concert next weekend.
Where?
It better not
San
be
Diego with Lagwagon and a bunch of I don't even.
Okay, so that's like semi legit punk rock because I get into these arguments with kids at work. They're like in
Blink 182.
Like 42.
yeah,
182.
Yeah, exactly. They'll say like Blink is punk. Oh my god.
It was for my generation. It was.
But that was like a time where
It's just watered down compared to yours.
Yeah, punk was pop.
Yeah.
And what was the other band that was really popular? Punk.
Good Charlotte does not count.
Oh, dude. So exactly, it's like
I like Good Charlotte.
Atomic
course you
Monkeys and whatever. That's not punk rock. I mean, I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying that's not punk rock.
I wouldn't categorize it as punk.
Exact. Punk rock was mid 70s to like 80.
85, dude.
I don't even know about 85. I'd go 82ish. And that's only because Dead Kennedys came back, kind of brought it back, kind of extended it a little bit. Minor Threat, same. Minor Threat kind of extended punk rock. But
Bad Religion.
okay, so if you wanted to go, like, I'll give
Suicidal Tendencies.
They just hit their 40-year anniversary. Dude.
Suicidal had like that first album that was mid 80s. That was punk. And same thing, Bad Religion. Bad Religion still had that gravitas to like keep pushing into the 90s or whatever. Yes. But once you got into Green Day, I mean, somebody told me Green Day was punk.
Don't tell Tammy that Green Day is not punk because she will kick you
that is not
in the
punk.
nose.
That's like
with her
Offspring.
dots.
Offspring is punk?
No.
You gotta be kidding me.
No.
What's the difference between Offspring and Green Day? Like, not much.
Well, Green Day used to be against the man.
They were the man, though. They were so big.
No.
Green Day?
Yeah,
they were on Broadway. They had a show on fucking Broadway. You are the man at that point.
Okay, but that was 20 years after they started. When they
wear mascara now.
Yes. Now they're 50.
I mean, they're cashing checks.
If they start wearing a cowl and start solving crimes like Batman, then maybe I'll give him some credit for wearing the makeup. But whatever. I'm not saying that's bad music. I'm not saying it's bad, and I'm not saying I don't like some of it. I'm just saying it's not punk rock. Punk rock was against.
Yeah, it had a real meaning behind it.
It was anti-Zeppelin and the Who and Queen and like stadium bands.
But it was going against social issues at the time.
And it was also exactly.
But life's too good right now, so like that's why you get
Isn't
like
that good? You know that's what I've been saying for like a few years now. Like, where the fuck is like the good punk music, like the edgy shit?
Well, there's dude.
It's
the
all like,
world. Well, relatively speaking, the world's too safe right now. Compared to
which
like
world?
fucking,
yeah, it depends on which world you're living in, dude.
Yeah, true. I mean,
not
before the Ukraine shit, but
so this show, it looks like it's NoFX, Pennywise,
oh,
Face to
NoFX.
Face.
I love NoFX.
see, they're grandfathered in.
NoFX, Pennywise, Face to Face,
NoFX is late 80s.
and Lagwagon.
Yes, they are.
They're that old?
Yeah, they were. I was in high school when they had.
When Casey
myself
Casey was all about NoFX with like the bleached blonde hair. God, I need to find a picture of that.
Fat Mike.
Yeah, he was all about it.
Yeah, Liberal Animation. I think that's their first album.
Sorry, Lee. Rage Against the Machine is not punk.
That is not punk, but it's still good. I like Rage
for sure. It's still good, but
yeah, I think there's
Skinny Puppy's good. Perry, nice. Black Flag, of course. Black Flag, and I love Henry Rollins. Rollins band was great.
Mighty Boss Tones.
That is not punk. That's bad. That's bad
Zippers.
ska.
that's ska, and that's like
That's bad ska.
I effing loved ska, dude. I
me
want
too.
ska
Yeah.
to come back. I miss ska. Real Big Fish, Mighty Boss Tones, Squirrel Nut Zippers, dude. I loved ska.
What was that band?
Safe Ferris.
Yeah, Safe Ferris.
Safe Ferris. I saw No Doubt when
Real
they were
Big
considered
Fish.
ska.
Real Big Fish.
I loved Real Big Fish. Anyway, so I don't tell my wife, but I'd much rather be working on
KMFDM.
I'd much rather be working on my truck that weekend, but I have to.
Nah, dude, that
Depeche
sounds like a cool lineup.
It'll
But
probably-
Perry,
it'll
I
probably be
like
fun.
Depeche Mode, so I'm kind of like.
Ooh, so Depeche Mode. I was never a Depeche Mode like whatever. It was in junior high school when there was that first wave of English rock. Like I was still listening to Michael
New
Jackson.
wave.
Yeah. I was listening to Michael Jackson and Rick Dees. Like I had no time for it. Wasn't interested. It wasn't until later that I really started getting into rock. And then my ex for her birthday wanted to go see Depeche Mode, and I was like, whatever. So we got tickets. It was one of the best freaking concerts. And the crazy thing
because you don't realize how many of their songs are good.
I sang every single one of their songs, and I didn't realize it was them. Like, this is freaking great. And
Did you cry there too?
I didn't cry on that one. If I would have cried, it'd be for a totally different reason.
and then we went and saw Morrissey the next weekend, and I couldn't hold back.
Reggae too. We need to bring reggae. We need more reggae.
Oh, Voodoo Glow Skulls is.
Oh
90s.
my God! I saw Voodoo Glow Skulls at the Baldy Lodge, dude.
Oh, no, really?
Yes, I did. Yeah, Voodoo Glow Skulls. Jose.
Yeah, dude.
All right. Okay. All right. As soon as you said Op Ivy, I should have known. Like, oh shit, this guy knows about Operation Ivy.
All right. Well,
take one.
so since we're apparently we need to come up with a playlist, Spotify playlist.
Yeah, because yours was either Foo Fighters or Foo Fighters.
Or Imagine Dragons.
Dragons, Foo Fighters, Imagine Dragons,
And it's still 90% Foo Fighters.
Dude, when we used to do those MC gigs at events, oh my
Yes.
God.
It's
That
like,
fucking
dude,
playlist,
there's
bro.
no fucking way. It's still Foo fucking Fighters.
because I wasn't streaming it. It was just same thing. It was whatever I happened to have on my phone,
shit.
and I happened to have all the Foos on my phone.
It's who the voodoo we do. Fuck you.
Yeah, I mean, fuck, dude. Like, Imagine Dragons.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you should be arrested if you have that on your phone.
The score, I like the score. They're good. Yeah. So, anyways, we won't talk about music taste because
Kind of, we're getting more responses in the chat room by talking about old punk bands and whatever.
Clearly
A punk club, dude. What does that entail? Like, is there challenge coins in that?
I'm sure it's something that my wife went to when she was younger because that's the world she grew up in. Which is so funny if you know her now. The last thing you would think was that she played bass in a punk rock band, and she did in high school.
Oh, sweet. That's cool.
So enough about music.
I did not know that.
Enough about music and punk rock festivals. If you are a patron, please check the patron app so you get the info for this weekend. I will send out final coordinates in the next couple days.
You can get our punk rock playlist on our
we'll
Patreon.
we'll put
Oh,
together.
dude, I'll put something together.
Man. You know what? That's what I should do. We should make a Spotify.
Angie has referenced concerts. Dude, I've been to some great concerts, but not necessarily punk. I think I saw. I saw Face to Face down at Lake Elsinore at a billiard hall.
What?
Yes, God, I was still in high school.
I saw
That's
Morrissey.
1991.
I saw Morrissey at the Hollywood Bowl.
Remember Face to Face?
Yeah, they're playing this thing.
No,
That's
Face
what I
to
said.
Face.
No Effects, Pennywise. I was trying to tell you guys, but you kept talking. No Effects, Pennywise, Face to Face, Lagwagon, and let's see who the other one. Get Dead and The Last Gang.
I approve of that show, dude. That's a good show. I just pulled.
Tammy just peeked in. I was trying to tell. I was telling Casey, my brother, about this. This is like Lagwagon is his favorite, and I was all, "You should go with Tammy." Because
Dude, how many creepers are going to be at that show? Those shoes. Remember those shoes?
oh yes,
yeah.
the creepers. Yes,
That's also.
I'm
like,
pretty sure I wore those to like homecoming.
That's a Smiths thing too.
that-
No,
1992
the
homecoming.
Smiths is those Doc Martens, the black and those wing-tipped ones. The black and white Doc Martens wing-tipped.
Yeah, I remember Creepers, but
Yeah.
okay.
So, we should create a Spotify account under the Trail Chaser name, and then each one of us gets to put a playlist up there that has to be listened to for the entirety of each trip.
Ooh,
so
that
each
sounds
trip,
like,
We'll do it for this trip. This
each
Saturday.
trip. Okay, go ahead and set one up, and then each trip, someone gets to be this Spotify playlist guru, and they set it up for the trip, and that's the only thing we can play for the entire trip.
And we'll never have another Patreon event again.
So, anyways, patrons, check out the Patreon app. Feel free to text or shoot me a message.
Do you think those like bands we just mentioned, is that just local SoCal? Is that a SoCal thing? If you're listening to this on the East Coast,
No
are you
Effects?
aware of?
Yes.
No Effects is nationwide.
They're worldwide, dude.
Pennywise,
They're worldwide.
Face to Face,
Yeah,
and Lagwagon.
Pennywise
Pennywise
for
is
sure.
worldwide.
Yeah.
Face to Face was like big on K. They made K Rock like that.
Yeah,
that
they
was
were a
big
lot
at
of
the
K-Rock.
time. I don't know. Lagwagon. I mean, those things were like pretty big, but you still had to be kind of in the know, I think, at the time. But I don't know. So either way, if you're in Australia, or you're in Germany, or you're somewhere else in the world, check out those bands. They're good bands.
All right. That's Matt's tip for the day. All right, everybody in the chat room. We had a very lively chat room tonight. Thank you. Thank you for participating. Several of the patrons are in there. We will see you this weekend. Thank you guys for everything, and we will talk to you next week.
Adios.